Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome to my channel today. Today I'm going to do an art journal page using the Tim Holtz paper dolls, and you can see I've got some corrugated cardboard and I've sewn some lace on there, and I do have some different paints, some chalk paints and some an antique white paint. And my idea is to use the stencil, which was a Kmart stencil, and put it onto the background. Now I am using some of the brown chalk paint to just darken the background a little bit and give it a bit more texture, so just dry brushing it on. And because it is it's like the canvas page of the Dina art journal, the paint doesn't rub on very well. It just sort of gives it that rough sort of texture, which is what I was after. So I keep rubbing that on for a little while. And just making sure there's a little bit down the seam area there. I hope everybody's really well. I'm good. I haven't been up to too much lately. Just work, and it is supposedly summer. We've had some really hot days, and then we've had some really cool days and lots of rain. So it's been a rather interesting summer. Probably not the best summer we've ever had, but we still have the hottest part to come in February. So I guess we'll see how we go then. And now I've grabbed that stencil that I got from Kmart. It is a cardboard stencil. And I'm about to put on some of I think it's the antique white. It's a Semco paint. I'm actually trying to use up a lot of my paints. I've got so many, so I'm really trying hard to use them all up. And you can see it didn't really show up as well as I would have liked. So I actually gave up on that one. And then decided I actually needed a darker one. So I went and grabbed another chalk paint. I'm not sure what this one is. It's a blue, but I'm not sure what the actual name is. They're little birdie ones, these ones. They're not too bad to use. And I think I'm nearly out of them now. And I picked them up at a cheap shop, so I actually haven't seen them since. And just stenciling through the stencil. I think in the back of my mind the plan was to make it kind of look like an old-fashioned wallpaper behind the girls who were sitting sort of on a sort of a couch sort of a thing. So just making sure it goes through that stencil using the little makeup foam. And a second layer. I do eventually do 3 layers or 3 rows of the pattern. And you can see I've just pulled the stencil off, and I have the 3 rows of blue. And now I'm just having a look where I'm going to position the ladies on their corrugated lace couch. And then I decided it needed something more in the background, so I grabbed this oval piece of chipboard or cardboard, and I thought I might make a frame for it. So I'm using this little stencil, which I think is a reject shop one, and some texture paste, and just pushing the texture paste through the stencil just to give the frame a little bit of texture. And there we go. So we now have a little bit of texture on there. And the idea is to put a picture behind that and then put it behind the lady so it looks like it's kind of on the wall. And I've just decided to glue the ladies into position on their couch. And I am using the Helmars glue for this one. Now the trick was to actually get it so that it looked like that one lady's sort of leaning on the top of the corrugated cardboard. And just making sure I've got plenty of glue on there to glue the whole piece down. And you can see I have a cabinet card there, and I thought I would use that for the image in the frame. And now, just measuring it and having a look, see if it fits. Yep, fits nicely. And I'm going to trace around it so that I can actually cut it out. And now we're just putting some of the, I think it's the antique white, over the top of the frame. The texture paste wasn't quite dry, so it was a little crumbly. I was too impatient. I should have waited a bit longer, but well, you know how it is sometimes, you want to get the page finished. So letting that dry, and now I decided I needed a statement or a sentiment, sorry, to put on there. So I'm looking through these Tim Holtz ones. I think they're little chats or small chats, something like that. And I did eventually find one, which of course said, "Now is the time." And just backing it with some craft cardboard. Now I thought the frame, it needed a little bit more dimension. So what I did was I got my distress ink. I think that one is Vintage Photo. And I did the edges, both inside and out, and then just across the top to sort of highlight the texture paste. Then I decided I really needed the gold, of course, so I grabbed some of the Inca gold and popped some of that on as well. Just try to rub it across the top, so pulling out the texture paste, all that texture that came, and a little bit along the sides and things. Quite a simple page, really. Few different textures used, but it quite simple in its look. And one thing I did do that you wouldn't have seen is I rubbed some of the antique linen paint across the corrugated card as well, just to highlight the mountain part of the corrugation. And now just gluing the picture on there. Down, or the two elements down, which I did do, and there is the finished page. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.